Let me tell you a story about a hidden code, a set of rules most people never learn, not because they're secret, but because they're written in the language of pain, loss, and hard-won experience. For years, I felt like I was running through a maze in the dark, hitting the same walls, making the same wrong turns. My problems felt random, my setbacks felt personal, like the universe had a special grudge against me. Then I stumbled upon a truth that changed everything. It wasn't my fault. I was just making the same mistakes 93% of people make. Yes, that number is real. According to a landmark University of Pennsylvania study, the average person faces about 15 major life challenges on repeat, and 93% of them, almost all of them, stem from the same few fundamental misunderstandings about how life actually works. Most people spend decades, an entire lifetime, learning these lessons the hard way. They repeat the cycles, wondering why nothing changes, why success feels like luck and hardship feels like fate. What if you didn't have to? What if you could compress that lifetime of wisdom into the next few minutes? Welcome to Mircho Story Insider. This isn't just another list. This is the operating manual you should have been given at birth. We're about to walk through 50 life lessons that don't just inspire, they rewire. And consider this your first lesson, the hook that changes the game. Life is not random. Success is not luck. There are specific, repeatable patterns that separate those who merely survive from those who truly thrive. And once you see them, you cannot unsee them. You stop being a prisoner of your circumstances and start becoming the architect of your destiny. Before we go deeper, do me a favor. If this idea that you can fix most of your problems by correcting a few key misunderstandings resonates with you, hit that like button. It tells the algorithm this is important. Subscribe so you never miss a part of this journey. And share this with one person you care about who's stuck in their own maze. Let's begin with the foundation, the silent force that shapes your life more than your intentions ever will. Lesson 1: your environment is the invisible hand. You believe your life is a product of your decisions, but Duke University research reveals a startling truth. 43% of your daily actions are not decisions at all. They are habitual, automated responses, reactions to the environment you've built around yourself. Think about it. If your phone is next to your bed, you will scroll first thing in the morning. If junk food is in your pantry, you will eat it when stressed. You are not weak-willed. You are human. Your willpower is a muscle that gets exhausted. Your environment, however, is a constant, relentless current. Stop trying to muscle your way to discipline. You will lose. Instead, engineer your surroundings. Remove the temptations. Create friction for bad habits and smooth pathways for good ones. Make the right action the easiest action. Your environment isn't just background noise. It's either a silent partner pushing you toward your goals or a saboteur pulling you away. There is no neutral ground. This leads directly to the second most powerful force in your life. Lesson 2: you are the average of your 5. This isn't a motivational quote, it's sociological law. The famed Framingham Heart Study, spanning over 30 years, found that behaviors like obesity, smoking, even happiness spread through social networks like emotional viruses. If your close friend becomes obese, your own risk increases by 57%. Let that sink in. Your friend's habits literally rewire your own brain's sense of what's normal. Your inner circle sets your standards, shapes your conversations, and subconsciously defines your limits. They are the thermostat for your ambitions. Are the 5 people you spend the most time with lifting you toward the light or anchoring you in comfortable mediocrity? Audit your circle with ruthless honesty, because your reality is shaped not by events, but by the questions you ask about them. Lesson 3: the quality of your life is the quality of your questions. Most people are trapped in a loop of disempowering questions. Why does this always happen to me? Why am I so unlucky? These questions, as research from the Beck Institute shows, direct your brain to find evidence of victimhood. And it will. It's a search engine that gives you exactly what you ask for. Flip the script, change the question, and you change your destiny. What can I learn from this? How can this make me stronger? What is one small step I can take right now? Same situation, completely different neurological pathway, a different future. And this brings us to the greatest paradox of all, lesson 4: discipline equals freedom. We think discipline is a cage. It's the opposite. Think of a Navy SEAL like Jocko Willink. His extreme discipline in training isn't about restriction. It's about creating ultimate freedom in chaos. When the mission goes sideways, his reactions are automatic, freeing his mind to solve the real problem. The American Psychological Association confirms this with decision fatigue. Every trivial choice, what to wear, what to eat, drains the same mental energy as a big decision. A disciplined routine automates the mundane. It builds a scaffold of good habits so that when life hits you, your foundation doesn't shake. You conserve your precious willpower for the choices that truly matter. Lesson 5: action is the antidote to fear. Your anxiety lives in the future. It's a movie your mind is projecting about everything that could go wrong. University of California research shows that this fear thrives in stillness and dissolves in movement. You cannot think your way out of fear. You must act your way out. The moment you take a physical step, send the email, make the call, start the workout, you violently yank your consciousness from the terrifying future into the manageable present. You realize the monster in your head is made of shadows. Reality is almost never as catastrophic as your imagination. And when you take that action, you will inevitably face obstacles. Here's the secret about them. Lesson 6: the obstacle is the way. This ancient Stoic wisdom from Marcus Aurelius is backed by modern science. University of North Carolina research on post-traumatic growth found that between half and 2/3 of people who face trauma report profound positive changes afterward. The obstacle isn't blocking your path, it is forging it. It forces you to develop strength, creativity, and resilience you never would have cultivated on an easy road. The challenge isn't something to be avoided. It's the very training ground for the person you need to become. We'll stop here for today. You've just installed the first 6 lines of a new code. The foundation is set. In our next part, we dive into the lessons about people, boundaries, and the painful art of letting go, the skills that will protect your peace and direct your energy. Lesson 7: When someone shows you who they are, believe them. The first time. The poet Maya Angelou gave us this razor-sharp truth, and the University of Amsterdam gave us the data to back it up. First impressions are accurate roughly 80% of the time. Your subconscious is a supercomputer, picking up on micro-expressions, tone, and energy that your conscious mind rationalizes away. That first flicker of disrespect, that subtle lie, that small act of disloyalty, it's not an accident. It's a preview. Stop giving out second chances for first-time offenses. Your intuition is handing you the truth on a silver platter. Take it. This leads to the most liberating and difficult lesson of all. Lesson 8. You cannot change people. You can only love them or leave them. It sounds harsh, but it's the key to ending years of frustration. Research in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology shows that core personality traits are remarkably stable across a lifetime. People change when they are in pain, when they are ready, not when you are inconvenienced. Your exhausting campaign to fix, convince, or save someone is a war you cannot win. It drains your energy and delays your own life. Accept them wholly as they are, with clear eyes, or have the courage to walk away cleanly. Trying to change another adult is like trying to rearrange the furniture in a house you don't own. And to do that, you need to build walls with doors. Lesson 9. Boundaries are not mean. They are a survival mandate. Think of a boundary not as a wall, but as a property line. It simply defines what is you and what is not you. University of Pennsylvania research confirms that people with strong boundaries have better mental health, stronger relationships, and higher self-esteem. Why? Because a boundary teaches people how to treat you. It says, "This is my space, this is my peace. You may enter only with respect." If you don't draw that line, others will draw it for you, and you will absolutely hate where they put it. No is a complete sentence. Start using it. But what about the people who have already crossed the line? The ones who left wounds. Lesson 10. Forgiveness is for you, not for them. Holding on to resentment is like drinking a vial of poison and waiting for the other person to get sick. Research from Johns Hopkins Medicine shows chronic anger is directly linked to heart disease and a crippled immune system. Forgiveness has nothing to do with absolution. It has everything to do with liberation. It is the conscious decision to unchain yourself from the past. You forgive not because they deserve it, but because you deserve the peace of not carrying their toxicity in your heart every single day. You drop the weight so you can run your race. And sometimes, dropping weight means letting go of more than just resentment. Lesson 11. Let go of what no longer serves your highest good. This is the art of strategic abandonment. It applies to dead-end jobs, draining friendships, outdated beliefs, and even past versions of your own identity. University of South Florida research highlights the sunk cost fallacy. We hold onto things years longer than we should because we've already invested time, money, or emotion. We think, "I can't quit now, look how much I've put in." But your past investment does not obligate your future suffering. A mistake persisted in does not become a virtue. Let the dead weight sink so you can float. This brings us to one of the most dangerous myths we tell ourselves. Lesson 12. Closure is a myth you sell yourself. You are waiting for the apology that will never come. You are craving the explanation that will never make sense. Northwestern University found that people who obsessively seek closure prolong their agony far longer than those who accept ambiguous endings and choose to move forward. Life is messy. People exit mid-sentence. Sometimes the story ends without a period. You have the power to close the book yourself. Write your own last chapter. They are not coming back to give me the ending I wanted, so I will create my own ending, one of strength and moving on. To do all of this, to set boundaries, to walk away, to close your own chapters, requires one thing above all else. Lesson 13. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is action despite the fear. Everyone is afraid. The successful aren't fearless, they are intimate with fear. They've made it a companion, not a jailer. Yale University research shows courage is a muscle, not a personality trait. It is built through repetition. Every time you do the thing that scares you, have the hard conversation, apply for the reach job, speak your truth, you are doing a rep. You are teaching your nervous system, I can handle this. The fear may never go away, but your ability to act in its presence will grow exponentially. And that action will always push you into one critical zone. Lesson 14. Your comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there. Progress lives on the border between comfort and panic. University of Texas research identifies this as the optimal anxiety zone. Too comfortable and you atrophy. Too stressed and you shut down. But right at that edge, where you feel slightly off balance, slightly unsure, that's where neuroplasticity fires up. That's where you are building new mental and emotional muscle. Your comfort zone is not your home. It is your launch pad. Use it to rest, then leap again. Because the greatest risk in life is not failure, it's never trying. Lesson 15. The greatest risk is taking no risk at all. A profound study from Cornell University on regret found that when people look back on their lives, over 90% of their deepest regrets are not of action, but of inaction. The things they didn't say, the love they didn't express, the dream they didn't pursue. Failed actions become stories and lessons. Inactions become silent ghosts of what if that haunt you forever. You can recover from a stumble. You cannot recover from a standstill. Lesson 16. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. This insight, popularized by James Clear in Atomic Habits, is grounded in Stanford behavioral research. You can have the most inspiring vision board in the world, but if your daily systems, your routines, your environment, your default choices are broken, you will fail. Every time. Duke University reminds us that 43% of our daily actions are habitual, on autopilot. Stop obsessing over the summit. Instead, focus on building the unbreakable ladder, one rung at a time. Design a system so robust that the outcome becomes not just possible, but inevitable. And those daily actions, they are not just what you do, they are who you become. Lesson 17. Your habits are literally your destiny. Aristotle saw it millennia ago. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Modern science from University College London adds precision. It takes an average of 66 days, not the mythical 21, to cement a new neural pathway. Every time you choose the salad over fast food, a page over scrolling, a focused work hour over distraction, you are casting a vote for your future self. You are not just passing time. You are sculpting your character, your health, and your legacy with your own two hands. What votes are you casting today? This sculpting, however, requires a specific kind of friction. Lesson 18. Growth requires discomfort. Always. Your brain is lazy by design. It seeks efficiency. University of Pennsylvania research on neuroplasticity shows it only rewires itself when forced. When you struggle with a new language, push through the last rep, or sit with a difficult emotion. Repeating what you already know is mental stagnation. Discomfort is the signal. It's the burning sensation of new muscle fiber forming. It's the mental itch of a new synapse firing. If it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. Seek out the productive struggle. And in that struggle, there is only one valid measuring stick. Lesson 19. Compare yourself only to who you were yesterday. The social comparison trap is a bottomless pit. There will always be someone richer, fitter, further ahead. University of Pennsylvania motivation research confirms that comparing yourself to others is a guaranteed path to envy and despair. It's an unwinnable game, but comparing yourself to your past self, that is a winnable game. That is a game of measurable progress. Did you know a little more today? Were you a little kinder, a little stronger? That 1% daily improvement is the only math that matters. Run your own race, because at the end of that race, your happiness is not determined by the crowd's cheers, but by your own inner scorecard. Lesson 20. Your happiness is entirely your responsibility. This is the ultimate act of empowerment and the scariest. You must release the fantasy that your partner, your salary, or your circumstances will finally make you happy. Harvard's monumental 75-year study of adult development delivers a stunning verdict. Only 10% of long-term happiness is linked to external circumstances. The remaining 90% is determined by your internal processing, your outlook, your resilience, your gratitude. Stop waiting for life to hand you joy. You are the source. Generate it. And to generate it for others, you must first fill your own cup. Lesson 21. Self-love is not selfish. It is survival. You cannot pour from an empty vessel. This isn't a metaphor. It's a law of emotional physics. University of Texas research shows that people with high self-compassion have dramatically better mental health, stronger relationships, and higher resilience. Loving yourself means setting boundaries from a place of worth, not resentment. It means resting without guilt. It means speaking kindly to yourself after a failure. When you become your own safe harbor, you stop desperately seeking validation from unstable shores. You become unshakable, because those times you felt broken, they were actually forging your superpowers. Lesson 22. Your struggles are not weaknesses. They are your superpowers in disguise. University of California research on post-traumatic growth reveals a profound truth. Up to 70% of trauma survivors report significant positive growth. Their pain forged deeper empathy, titanium-clad resilience, and crystal-clear priorities. Your darkest chapters didn't break you. They equipped you with a unique toolkit, a depth of understanding, and a strength that cannot be taught in calm seas. Your wound is where your wisdom enters. Don't hide your scars. They are proof you survived what was meant to destroy you. And every setback from this day forward is simply raw material for your comeback. Lesson 23. Every setback is actually a setup for a comeback. Stanford research on resilience reveals a counterintuitive finding. People who face moderate adversity throughout life outperform those who face none, or far too much. Why? Because setbacks are the universe's most effective personal trainers. They force you to problem solve, to adapt, to innovate. They tear down flimsy plans so you can build fortresses. Don't curse the setback, interrogate it. What are you here to teach me? The obstacle is not the end of the road. It's a detour sign pointing you to a stronger path, and there is only one way to travel that path. Lesson 24. The only way out is through. You cannot go around grief. You cannot avoid pain. You cannot meditate your way past a necessary confrontation. The American Psychological Association shows that experiential avoidance, the attempt to numb or escape emotional pain, is a direct cause of anxiety, depression, and PTSD. Healing is not a bypass, it's a tunnel. You must walk through the darkness, feeling every part of it to reach the light on the other side. The good news, the tunnel always ends. Walk. How you walk through that tunnel, your perspective changes everything. Lesson 25. Perspective is everything. Two people can experience the exact same event: a job loss, a rejection, a failure. It destroys one and defines the other. The difference is not the event, it's the lens. Stanford research on cognitive reframing proves that how you interpret an experience literally alters your brain's chemical and electrical response. A crisis becomes a challenge. I failed becomes I learned. This is the end becomes this is a redirection. You don't control the event, but you own the perspective. And choose the one that empowers you. Lesson 26. Death is your greatest teacher. It's the one appointment we all share, and yet we live as if we're the exception. Stanford research by psychologist Laura Carstensen shows that a conscious awareness of our mortality, our finiteness, isn't morbid. It's the ultimate clarifier. It vaporizes pettiness. It sharpens priorities with startling clarity. Ask yourself the liberating question: if I had 1 year left to live, what would I stop tolerating? Who would I forgive? What bold thing would I finally do? You don't have forever. Let that truth inject urgency, passion, and depth into your now. And in that now, there is a single practice that can transform your entire reality. Lesson 27. Gratitude is the antidote to almost everything. Worry, scarcity, resentment, they cannot coexist in a mind focused on gratitude. University of California research proves this isn't wishful thinking. The daily gratitude practice measurably lowers depression, improves sleep, strengthens your immune system, and boosts overall life satisfaction. It performs a profound alchemy. It shifts your gaze from what's missing to what's present, from lack to abundance. Don't just feel it passively. Write it down, speak it. I am grateful for this breath, this challenge, this chance to try again. Gratitude turns what you have into more than enough. But to wield gratitude, you must first master the chaos within your own mind. Lesson 28. You are not your thoughts. You are the observer of your thoughts. Stanford's research is humbling. The average person has between 60,000 to 80,000 thoughts per day, and a staggering 80% of them are negative. Your mind is a thought-generating machine, often stuck on a fear and doubt loop. Here's the life-changing shift. You are the sky. Your thoughts are just weather passing through. You don't have to believe every anxious forecast, every self-critical story. You can notice them, there's the "I'm not good enough" thought again, and let them drift by without boarding the train. This is the foundation of true mental freedom. This separation is the key to ending unnecessary suffering. Lesson 29: Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. Neurologist Jill Bolt Taylor's research reveals a critical window. Your brain's initial biological response to a painful event lasts for about 90 seconds. After that, the ongoing anguish, the replaying, the ruminating, the "why me?" is a choice. It's a story you keep telling. The pain of a loss, a rejection, a failure is real and must be felt. But the suffering is the prison you build around that pain by refusing to let it move through you. Feel the 90-second wave. Then choose to stop building the prison. This acceptance extends to one of life's fundamental laws. Lesson 30: Everything ends, and that is perfectly okay. Our culture fights against this truth, and in that fight, we create immense anxiety. Psychologist Sheldon Solomon's terror management theory research reveals a paradox. Consciously acknowledging mortality doesn't lead to despair. It increases meaning, creativity, and life satisfaction. When you truly internalize that nothing lasts, not the bad job, not the heartbreak, not even your own life, you are freed. Freed to forgive faster, love more bravely, and take the risk today. The impermanence of everything is what makes it all so precious. And when something ends abruptly, especially by rejection, see it for what it truly is. Lesson 31: Rejection is always redirection. That closed door isn't blocking your path, it's saving you from a path that wasn't yours. University of Michigan research found that people who experience rejection develop stronger resilience and clearer purpose than those who don't. Rejection forces a necessary edit. It asks, was I chasing this for the right reasons or just for validation? It clears the stage for the right opportunity to walk on. Trust the redirection. The universe is often more invested in your destiny than you are. The fear of that rejection, however, is a notorious liar. Lesson 32: Fear is a pathological liar. Its entire job is to magnify danger and minimize your capability. It's an overactive alarm system. University of California research delivers a liberating statistic. Approximately 90% of what we worry about never happens. Your fear is shouting about monsters under the bed, but the room is empty. It doesn't know your strength, your creativity, your ability to adapt. Don't make decisions based on a liar's testimony. Thank your fear for trying to protect you, then gently move it aside and step forward anyway. And while you're stepping forward, let time be your most trusted advisor. Lesson 33: Time reveals all truths. You don't need to figure everyone out immediately. MIT research shows that maintaining a lie or a facade requires exponentially more cognitive energy than living in truth. Inconsistencies will surface. Patterns will emerge. The mask always slips. When you're unsure about a person or a situation, stop straining to know. Simply wait and watch. Observe their actions over weeks and months, not their words in a single moment. Time is the ultimate truth serum. Give it the space to work. The truths you learn will often come wrapped in the packaging of failure. Lesson 34. Wisdom comes from experience. Experience comes from mistakes. You want the wisdom without the wound, the lesson without the loss. It doesn't work that way. Northwestern University research confirms we learn significantly more from our failures than our easy successes. Why? Because failure forces deep, uncomfortable reflection. It breaks our assumptions. Your mistakes are not tattoos of shame. They are tuition payments for an elite education in reality. Each one is a data point, making you wiser, sharper, and harder to fool next time. And a foundational piece of that wisdom is accepting a difficult reality. Lesson 35. Life is not fair. And it never will be. Princeton research confirms what you feel. Life outcomes are shaped by a complex web of genetics, birthplace, timing, and sheer luck, most of which you did not choose. Some are born on third base, others aren't even given a bat. Railing against the universe's unfairness is exhausting and changes nothing. But here is the pivot. Fair or not, you still have agency. You have the power to choose your response, your effort, your attitude within your given circumstances. Play the hand you were dealt with such skill that people forget what cards you started with. Because ultimately, the game isn't about the hand. It's about the meaning you assign to playing it. Lesson 36. The meaning of life is whatever meaning you give it. There is no preordained cosmic purpose delivered to you at birth. University of Vienna research in existential psychology shows that humans are innate meaning-making machines. We create significance through our choices, our values, and what we dedicate ourselves to. If your life feels empty, you are the only one who can fill it. Find a cause, master a craft, build a legacy of kindness. Your life's meaning isn't found, it's forged. So pick up the hammer. Lesson 37. The best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is right now. This is the ultimate antidote to procrastination. University of Pennsylvania research on neuroplasticity delivers magnificent news. Your brain's ability to change, adapt, and learn does not stop with age. You can learn a language at 40, pivot careers at 50, find love at 60. The story that it's too late is a fiction sold by fear. The clock is ticking, but it's ticking forward. The moment you decide to begin, to write the first sentence, to take the first step, is the moment you reclaim your power from time itself. Don't let the perfect moment be the enemy of the present one. Why the urgency? Because a haunting truth awaits those who wait too long. Lesson 38. You will die with your dreams still inside you unless you do something about it today. Palliative care nurse Bronnie Ware recorded the top regrets of the dying. The most common, echoing from 1,000 deathbeds, was this: I wish I'd had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. Most people die with their music still unsung, their book still unwritten, their potential still locked away. They traded their authenticity for approval and realized too late it was a fool's bargain. Your dream is a sacred responsibility. Honor it today or mourn it tomorrow. And on that path, you must learn to run your own race with blinders on. Lesson 39, comparison is the thief of joy. Stop scrolling. Stop comparing. Theodore Roosevelt knew it a century ago, and modern social science proves it. Comparing your chapter 3 to someone else's curated highlight reel is a recipe for misery. You are comparing your behind the scenes with their premiere. It is an infinite, unwinnable game that drains your energy and obscures your own progress. Your path is unique. Your pace is your own. Put the phone down, look at your own 2 feet, and take the next step on your road. Joy is found in your own lane. That road, by its very nature, will be uncomfortable. And that's the point. Lesson 40. Discomfort is the price of admission to a meaningful life. University of California research confirms it. The experiences we retrospectively label as most meaningful, the hard-fought degree, the relationship saved through difficult conversations, the personal breakthrough after a breakdown were all accompanied by struggle. The easy path, the path of least resistance, leads to a hollow destination. Embrace the climb. The friction, the fatigue, the fear, they are not signs you're off course. They are proof you're on the only course that leads to a summit worth reaching. To sustain that climb, you must guard your most precious resource. Lesson 41. Your energy is your most valuable currency. Not time, not money, energy. When your energy is depleted, an hour feels like a prison sentence. When it's full, you can create miracles in minutes. Georgetown University research shows that energy management consistently outperforms time management. Protect your physical, mental, and emotional energy with ruthless discipline. Who drains you? Limit access. What activities fill your cup? Schedule them like critical appointments. You cannot invest what you do not have. Be the guardian of your own flame. And in those moments when you stumble, when the flame flickers. Lesson 42. Forgive yourself completely. You were doing the best you could with what you knew. Past you made decisions with the intelligence, emotional capacity, and awareness available at that time. University of Texas research reveals a critical insight. Self-compassion is a far greater predictor of future growth than self-criticism. Beating yourself up for past mistakes doesn't make you better. It keeps you stuck in the past. Acknowledge the error, extract the lesson with clarity, then release the shame. Your past does not get a vote in your future unless you give it one. Forgive yourself. You deserve your own mercy. Every day, you are in a silent conversation with your future self. Lesson 43. Become the person your future self will thank you for being. This is the most powerful decision-making filter you will ever use. Cornell University research shows that people who cultivate a strong connection with their future self make wiser, more sustainable choices. Before any significant action, pause and ask, will the person I am becoming thank me for this in 5 years? Will they thank you for that extra hour of sleep or that late-night scroll? For the honest conversation you avoided or the bold risk you took? Make today a gift to the person you are destined to be. This applies profoundly to the most important project of all, love. Lesson 44. Love is not just a feeling. It is a daily decision. The Gottman Institute, after 40 years of studying thousands of couples, found that lasting love isn't a permanent state of euphoria. It's a series of daily, deliberate choices. To choose respect over being right, to repair after a rupture, to show up consistently even when you don't feel like it. Feelings are whether they change. Commitment is the climate. Build your relationship on the bedrock of decided, active love, not the shifting sand of passive emotion. And you teach people exactly how to love you. Lesson 45. You teach people how to love you by what you accept, reject, and reinforce. University of Washington research shows relationship patterns are set early through behavioral reinforcement. If you accept breadcrumbs, you teach them you're a pigeons. If you accept disrespect, you write the manual on how to mistreat you. If you walk away from what doesn't serve you, you teach them your worth is non-negotiable. Be a clear mirror. Reflect back what you will and will not tolerate. You are the author of your own treatment. Because all of this, every lesson, every struggle is paid for with the one asset you can never earn back. Lesson 46. Time is your most valuable asset. You literally trade your life for it. When you work an 8-hour day, you are not trading time for money. You are trading 8 irreplaceable hours of your one and only life. That paycheck isn't just currency, it is crystallized life energy. Invest those hours with the seriousness of a venture capitalist investing their entire fund. Spend them on what builds, what matters, what lasts. Get the highest possible return on your life. And remember, you will never feel 100% ready. Lesson 47. There is never a perfect time to start. The right time is a mirage. The stars will never perfectly align. You will never have enough money, enough knowledge, or zero risk. Waiting for perfect conditions is a form of self-sabotage dressed up as prudence. The truth is, you become ready by starting. You build the bridge as you walk on it. Progress, not perfection, is the engine of achievement. Launch the imperfect project. Have the awkward conversation. The momentum you generate will create the conditions for success far faster than waiting ever will. And as you move forward, know this. Lesson 48. There is no one right way. Find your own path. The blueprint that worked for your mentor, your friend, or the guru online may not fit the unique contours of your life, your values, your soul. Success is not a monolith, it's a personal sculpture. The most fulfilled people are not followers of a single map. They are explorers who combine lessons, listen to their own intuition, and blaze a trail that feels true to them. Take inspiration, not instruction. Find your way. Because in a world of constant change, one rule reigns supreme. Lesson 49. Survival belongs not to the strongest, but to the most adaptable. Darwin's insight applies to your career, your relationships, your inner peace. The rigid tree breaks in the storm. The flexible bamboo bends and survives. Your ability to pivot, to learn, to let go of what's not working and embrace what might, that is your ultimate competitive advantage. Don't cling to sinking ships. Evolve. Which leads us to the final, most important lesson of all. Lesson 50. If you never stop improving, success becomes inevitable. This is the master lesson that ties all others together. Improvement is the compound interest of life. Small, daily steps forward, reading, reflecting, refining your skills, managing your mind, accumulate into an unstoppable force. Develop a mindset of relentless, gentle evolution. Always ask, how can I be 1% better today? The person who refuses to settle, who sees life as a limitless classroom, doesn't just achieve success, they become it. 50 lessons, one mission. We began with a promise that 93% of your problems stem from core misunderstandings. Now you understand, you have the map, you have the code, but knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power. This is your inflection point. This is the moment you choose your story. Will this be another interesting video you consumed, or the day you began the quiet, relentless work of rebuilding your life from the inside out? The patterns that held you are now visible. The path is clear. The architect has awoken. Now pick up the tools. This is Mircho Story Insider. We've seen the pattern. Now go build the legacy.